Alright, here we go. Not so deep thoughts. Nice shirt.
Thanks, man.
10 minutes on the timer. So, this is, we actually recorded 2 videos in the same day.
Yep.
But we changed our shirts so we look like dirtbags.
Like magic. This could have been recorded whenever.
That's right. But it's because I'm gone sailing, so. So we had another topic that was written in by PC Wizard.
Yep.
And it was, should Nintendo buy Sega?
Ooh.
As everybody knows, Sega's a software developer, and they have the rights to a lot of very popular game franchises. The biggest of which being Sonic the Hedgehog, which seems to be all we see here in North America. So he wanted to know what we thought about that, and I'm going to let you go first, because I think we might actually have a difference of opinions on this one.
Well, we'll start off with the question. Do you think Nintendo could make a better Sonic game than what's been currently coming out? I'll start with this, too. I had really high hopes for Lost Worlds.
Yep.
Turns out, I think it was just because it looked like Mario Galaxy, but faster. If Nintendo could actually do that proper, that would be fantastic. But I don't know what you can really do with Sonic that you couldn't just do with Mario.
Yep.
So, I don't know. What do you think?
Do I think Nintendo could make a better Sonic game? I'm going to say no.
No.
Because Nintendo is very good at making games with their own IPs, and I'm not sure how well they would do with a different IP. I mean, they're good at new IPs, but everybody has a certain expectation for Sonic, and at this point, it's really low. So I don't think that Nintendo could make a better Sonic game. I don't think Nintendo should buy Sega, because as a developer, Nintendo right now is responsible for supporting the Wii U, the 3DS, and very soon mobile platforming. That's a lot of platforms for one developer. I mean, we think of Nintendo as, oh, you know, it's this huge company, but it's still one development company. So they've got in the works right now that we know about Legend of Zelda, Star Fox, Splatoon, Mario Maker, and that's just 4 games for the Wii U. Then you've got Fire Emblem, Yoshi's Woolly World, Shin Megami Tensei Crossfire Emblem, and those are done by smaller development teams that work specifically with Nintendo.
Okay, hold on. Before you go on, who makes Shin Megami Tensei?
That's Atlas.
And who owns Atlas?
Sega does now. So they're already working together. So
if they were to buy Sega, would they then buy Atlas too?
I guess they would own all of Sega's properties, yeah. I don't... It's not a question of Sonic. We get enough Sonic games. I think...
They suck.
There's so many other games under the Sega library, like other franchises that could have new life breathed into them, but I don't think Nintendo's the best one to do it.
Why?
Phantasy Star, I had another one on the top of my head, Shining Force.
Who do you think would be better to own Sega then?
I actually think that it would be good for Sega if they became a first-party developer strictly for Sony.
I could get on board with that.
You know? Sony has a long history of JRPGs. They have a long history of being easier to work with. Nintendo is very, very controlling. You know what I mean? We want things done, and there's nothing wrong with that because
that's why we like them.
Their quality is top-notch. You can't compete with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want them to change that.
So, but I don't think that... I wouldn't want them... Because right now they work with Retro. They work with Infinity... It's Infinity... The guys that do Fire Emblem.
Intelligent Systems?
Intelligent Systems. These are... And Platinum now works with them, not exclusively, but they have said they would.
I think HAL is in there too now.
So, if you were to add Sega as well, and open up the entire Sega library, Nintendo had a lot of JRPG success at the Super Nintendo. But since then, it's been almost non-existent. And
what about, what is it, Monolith? Who makes the Xeno games?
That's Monolith, yep. And Xenoblade Chronicles, Last Story, and Pandora's Tower were 3 fantastic JRPGs.
They weren't all Monolith, though, were they?
No, they weren't. But they're the exception to the rule. They're not the norm. I think you should, if somebody is going to scoop up Sega, and I think somebody should, they need to not just sell Sonic games. They need to not just plaster Sonic's face and everything like Nintendo does with Mario. Golf, karting, everything. Mario's everywhere. Because Mario sells. A lot of Nintendo fans, we've spoken to store owners, and it's like, people come in here, it doesn't matter, this is Adam from the Last Game Story, this is a direct quote, I could have a game that I could tell them, this game is pure happiness, and when you play this, your face will melt from the joy of playing this game.
Who wouldn't want that?
But it doesn't have Mario in it. and people won't buy it. They're like, I just really want Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So that is a downside to Nintendo fans, is they really, 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 they love Nintendo games, but if it doesn't have one of those staple Nintendo characters on it, they don't want it. Wonderful 101 didn't sell very well. Bayonetta didn't sell very well. Zombie U didn't sell very well.
I don't think that's Nintendo fans necessarily. I think that's people buying Nintendo games.
Okay, there we go.
Maybe not.
But I think if Sega was to be absorbed by Nintendo, or become a strictly first-party developer for them, I think they would run into the similar problem, because you want those other franchises to be Shenmue. You want life breathed into these franchises that people love, that have these huge fan bases, and if you do that on Nintendo platform, they're going to change.
I'm not sure anybody else could make a good Sonic game. I think if somebody's going to make a good Sonic game, it would be Nintendo.
But Sega is so much more than just Sonic, just like Nintendo was so much more than Mario.
Fair enough, but wherever they go, they could just sell those franchises off. They don't have to go themselves.
That's true.
They should be selling those out. I don't know why they're not doing anything with them.
Because if somebody else makes one that's awesome, then all of a sudden they feel like assholes.
Yeah, well.
But I think
I don't think money on it.
I don't think Nintendo should buy Sega. I do think somebody should. I would like to see Sony do it, and I would like to see them breathe life into those old franchises. I don't want Sonic Lost Worlds and Sonic New Worlds and Sonic Brave Worlds and Sonic A Different World.
See, I don't. These other games, like Shenmue, maybe finish off the series, but beyond that, it's not gonna. It's a quick time event game, sorry, but it's it doesn't really live up to today's standards.
What about Phantasy Star? You wouldn't like to see
Sure,
Phantasy
I would
Star come
love
back?
to. Well, Phantasy Star is out right now. They have Phantasy Star Online too. We just never got it, and it's awesome. We just never got it.
Well, why didn't we?
I don't know. Probably because Sega owns it. And they only bring Sonic games over for some reason.
Well,
but
so you
Skies of Arcadia, I would love to see somebody make.
I would love to see a new Skies of Arcadia,
but I would like to see them get rid of it, not make it themselves. I don't know.
So you want to see Sega games not made by Sega?
They can't make good games, so yes, I'll give them Phantasy Star. I don't even know who makes Phantasy Star, but I'll give them that. But other than that,
wow,
what's left?
Shot across the bow for Sega.
Sorry. I love a lot of old games on Sega consoles. Not sure how many of them came from Sega themselves, but...
So, what's our answer here? I say no.
I want Nintendo to make a Sonic game. I want Sony to take Atlas. And they can sell off the other ones however they want.
So you want to carve it up and split it out to the different Robot Masters?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because currently it's just wasted IPs.
So you just want to see Sega disappear?
I want to see their games. I just don't... They can't make good games, so...
They've lost their way.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I'm not sure they ever really had their way.
Well, that's just our opinion, though.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Should Nintendo buy Sega? If not Nintendo, who? What should we do about Sega franchises? What are some of your favorite Sega franchises?
I also like to point out the views mentioned on the show are not represented by Mr. Vox.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
He will have his own opinion down below.
Yeah. If you haven't had a chance to check him out, I'm not plugging him again. I'm plugging a lot.
He needs it. He deserves it.
I'm wearing his shirt.
He's a great guy.
He is fantastic.
We're going to drift. When two become one.
Oh, you guys are going to drift. That's right.
That's
yeah,
right.
I forgot about that. You're one of the two people who like Pacific Rim.
Oh! Oh,
So,
low. How much time we got?
Minute 30. That's all right. We got a minute 30 to talk about what's been going on since our last video.
Wow. So we got a few corrections to do.
Yeah.
Sonya. It was Sonya Belmont.
Start correction music.
Sonya Belmont. That's what we messed up in the last video.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I remembered that. I was waiting.
Yep. What other corrections? Was there another one?
I can't remember now.
No, I think it was just that one.
That sounds right.
Yeah. All right, and corrections music.
Yeah.
So that's it. Corrections done. I got a phone call from EB Games in Bedford. My copy of Infinite Space is in. So after this, you want to give me a ride over there, and we'll pick it up.
Sure. What's Infinite Space?
It's the JRPG on the DS made by Platinum.
Oh, okay.
And with that purchase, I will officially own...
What do you mean it came in?
I messaged the regional manager and asked him if they had any copies in Atlantic Canada, and he found one somewhere in New Brunswick.
Oh, wow.
And had it shipped in for me.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take you out there. Let's go.
Yeah, so I now own every Platinum game.
Wow, that's a big deal.
It is. I really enjoy their stuff that I've played, so... As Clover and Platinum.
Both good.
So
you should do what Kevin does and do like a shelf of...
I don't really have...
I guess that would take out space.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to put up new shelves or something.
I actually got to get some new frames to swap out these posters. I got to go to Walmart for those, but that's an after a sale thing. So Yeah. Anything else? How's the new? You were building the shelf with the missus there.
Oh yeah, we scrapped it. We're switching to this like picture collage thing now. So yeah. Anyway, that's it. Time's up.
All right. See you guys later.